Greetings, Esoteric Nation. So, in this episode, what I want to explain is this idea of The Lord of the Rings 3.0. Now, in order to understand what Lord of the Rings 3.0 implies, we have to look at the previous iterations. We have to reverse engineer the process, right? Now, 3.0 is my version, my presentation, my unique artistic reinterpretation and reimagination of these ideas. So, I try to stretch the limits set by the previous versions, which is what you're supposed to do in any art or science is to stretch the limits, the boundaries of imagination. Now, 2.0 are the movies, and 1.0 are the books. So LOTR 1.0 are the original presentations by Tolkien, primarily The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So that's what I consider LOTR 1.0, the original works, the original books. Now, LOTR 2.0 are the movies. The reason that it's 2.0 is because the movie adaptations offer a different perspective, a different story, a different dimension, right? Which usually takes away from the original intentions of the author. Since Tolkien wasn't around when the movies were being made, Tolkien didn't have input, creative input as to how he wanted his characters to be presented in film. Tolkien himself stated that movies are not ideal to present fairy tales. In fact, they are the worst medium. Because fairy tales, these ideas are supposed to be, the images are supposed to be built within the person's imagination, within the person's theater of the mind, right? And when you see something on film, everything's already being produced for you. There really is nothing left for the imagination. The music is there, the story, the characters, the aesthetics. You don't really have to contribute anything to it except to just enjoy it, right? Enjoy the entertainment, right? But, we as human beings, we're not just here to enjoy things, we're here to make things, which is what magic is creating things as well as consuming them. So it's a balance between, experiencing what others make and us contributing to the stories that we leave behind. So Lord of the Rings 2.0 are the films, the movies, and even the TV series. Now we get to LOTR 3.0. And this is where I come in, and I almost like a movie director saying, okay, how would I present this? Right, but not only as a director, but as a rewriter. Like, can I rewrite this story? Right. So in LOTR 3.0, I am, pushing the boundaries of what has been already established and see where the next story goes. Right. So it's like a hybrid between the books and the movies and creating a new story, almost as if Tolkien himself would write the next fairy tale novel. Or let's say Tolkien's child comes in and says, okay, I'm going to take what my father left behind and I'm going to create my own stories, right? So that's what 3.0 is. So I'm playing the role of the child of Tolkien, and I am going to take this to the next level, right? And that's the idea that I'm playing with. Is what is the next level? What is LOTR 3.0. And a central foundational concept is that these ideas need to take root on the ground, right? That's the purpose of movies. That's the purpose of great literature, is for these stories, these ideas to inspire an actual movement on the ground, for an actual fellowship, for an actual wizard and an actual hero's journey, quest, right? These are not just stories to be, entertained by, but these are fairy tales to actually live. So LOTR 3.0 is not, I'm not working on a script to take to, the producers of Broadway and says, hey, I have like this really great idea to, compete with, Harry Potter across the street, right? No, this script is a real life script for us to play out on everyday common affairs. We can establish there that the first step in this journey is sitting in a coffee shop, engaging these stories. You're reading them, but you are at that moment you are living them. You are living inside them. And then sort of the next step after that may be finding your community. And this is where LOTR 3.0 comes in and says, okay, this is a community that we are building, right? There are others like us, right? So hopefully I could set the example as to how this is done. Now, of course, it hasn't been done before. We're doing something new. So if we can at least get the basics, if we can at least get the foundations, then maybe somebody else could come in and says, hey, I think I could do it better. Or maybe I can add and contribute to the project that you're working on, right? And that's how we evolve and grow and even, function as a community. So LOTR 3.0 is one of the principles in this whole project, which is taking these stories to the next level. And what that means is bringing them to an actual real life community in our actual everyday experiences, in our ordinary neighborhood experiences. So hopefully this clarifies a little bit this idea of what we are doing with this 3.0, LOTR 3.0, and where we're going. Now, there's a lot of loose ends, and there's a lot of work. It is a work in progress, but nevertheless, it is working, and it is progressing.